Well, back to one of the stories we are following. Western Cape emergency personnel are on high alert as hot and windy weather continues to threaten flare-ups. Trevor Abrahams from Working on Fire joins us now. Hopefully we can hear him this time for the latest. Good evening. Can you hear us?
Good evening. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Great. What is the latest with regards to the fire in the Kucha municipal territory? Has it been contained?
No, unfortunately, these fires have not been contained, and as I've indicated earlier, we are in the summer fire season for this region, and we are currently tending some 15 active fires as we speak, of which those fires in the region of the Humansdorp area, Jeffreys Bay, are two of those fires which remain uncontained at this point in time. And it's obviously being fanned by very strong winds as well as the high temperatures. And unfortunately, the projections for tomorrow is still very much in the orange area of our fire danger index, which indicates, fairly high risk of spread.
Now, we understand there's currently a disruption to power supply in the affected area. How extensive is this? I'm
not completely clear in terms of what exact status on that supply disruption on electricity, but the fire is spreading very rapidly, so it is in fact impacting on infrastructure such as electric pylons, etc., as well as the cattle farming in the area. So we don't have a precise update at the moment in terms of restoration of electrical supply.
Now, we understand numerous organizations have joined hands to ensure the safe evacuations of residents around the area. What's the latest?
So, late in the evening, we were able to deploy some aerial resources to assist with that. The municipality is, in fact, managing the actual evacuation of personnel at this point in time. But, it's a quite intense period in our fire season, as I've indicated, with 10 active fires in Western Cape and 5 in the part of the Eastern Cape where we're talking about at the moment. So we do hope that, with the deployment of our aerial resources again tomorrow, we will be able to contain the spread of these fires.
Do you have any advice to give locals neighbouring the affected areas?
So, what we're dealing with at the moment is not only seasonal, but obviously exacerbated by climate change. The very basic ground rule is that no open fires in these conditions. And secondly, to report any flare-ups as soon as possible to the authorities. I think we are not used to it in South Africa, but I think as in many other parts of the world, we start investing and planning around evacuation procedures. We did have instances, as we had with the terrible Neisner fires in 2017, but I think the kind of fires we're experiencing now does point to the fact that our local authorities, together with our communities, need to have established evacuation plans in place.
Safety for the emergency personnel working to contain the fires is of high importance. Take us through these efforts to ensure that they are safe.
So, in terms of vegetation fires, a very high premium is placed on the safety of the personnel deployed to combat it. I mean, one doesn't want to sort of risk lives and limb for vegetation. And so, our firefighters across the spectrum are trained, they are fit, and they are equipped to in fact, engage in firefighting safely. And fortunately, up to this point, other than 3 minor injuries over the last few days, we haven't had any reports of any, injuries and certainly not fatalities to our firefighting brethren.
Well, thank you very much for chatting to us this evening. That was Trevor Abrahams from Working on Fire about the fires in the Eastern and Western Cape.